Hello everyone, and welcome back to the garden. April is a month of such promise and potential. It's a time when the soil is finally warming up after a long winter, and we can really get our hands dirty and start sowing and growing. I always find myself itching to get out there and get started. And one of my favorite things to plant this time of year is lettuce. There's nothing quite like fresh homegrown lettuce. It's so much more flavorful than anything you can buy in the shops, and it's incredibly easy to grow, even if you're a beginner. In this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know to grow your own delicious lettuce this April. So, let's get started, shall we? Now, the first thing we need to do is choose our lettuce. And there are so many different varieties to choose from. But for April sowing, I would recommend going for a variety that grows well in cooler spring weather. Some of my favorites include romaine lettuce with its upright growth and crunchy leaves.
It's a good choice for beginners because it's relatively slow to bolt. Then there's butterhead lettuce, which has lovely soft leaves and a delicate flavor. And finally, we have loose leaf lettuce, which is another great option for beginners because it's very forgiving.
These varieties are all quick growing and will give you a good crop of lettuce in just a few weeks. I'm going with a mix of all three for my patch. Now that we've chosen our lettuce, it's time to get sowing. Lettuce seeds are very fine, so it's best to sow them directly into the ground or into containers. If you're sowing directly into the ground, make sure you choose a spot that gets plenty of sunlight.
When you're ready to plant, simply sprinkle the seeds thinly over the surface of the soil and then cover them with a light layer of compost. You don't want to plant them too deep. About 1/4 inch is perfect. I like to sow my lettuce seeds in rows about 6 inches apart. This just gives the plants a bit of space to grow, and it makes it easier to thin them out later on.
Once you've sown your lettuce seeds, give them a good watering. And then the most important thing is to keep the soil moist, but not soggy.
Waterlogged soil will cause the seeds to rot, so water regularly, especially during dry spells. Lettuce loves cool temperatures and partial sun, especially as the days get warmer.
If you're growing your lettuce in a particularly sunny spot, you might want to give it a bit of shade during the hottest part of the day.
In a week or two, you should start to see some little green shoots poking up through the soil, and these are your lettuce seedlings. At this stage, it's important to thin them out. Thinning out simply means removing some of the seedlings so that the others have more space to grow. If you don't thin them out, they'll start to compete with each other for light, water, and nutrients, and you'll end up with a load of small, stunted lettuce plants. To thin out your lettuce seedlings, simply use a pair of scissors to snip off the excess seedlings at the soil level. Aim to leave about 4 inches between each seedling. And then, all you have to do is wait for your lettuce to grow.